Buddy Montgomery was from Indianapolis, grew up in Indiana, and many, many times he mentioned that it all started on Indiana Avenue, where he learned his craft. He worked in clubs, he jammed, and he rubbed shoulders with many, many talented musicians from approximately 1948 through 1956. When he was 15, he went to watch a gig that Wes had with Lionel Hampton. And he saw this instrument. Lionel Hampton is a vibraphone player, and he fell in love with the beauty of it. He said it was the most beautiful instrument he'd ever seen, and he was not thinking at all of a musical career at that time. It wasn't for a long time before he would get around to that. His first musical experience was as a piano player. But the bars on a vibraphone are laid out just like the keyboard on a piano. The bars furthest away from you are the black keys, and the bars closest to you are the white keys. So for a piano player to switch to a vibraphone, there's a flow there.
Witness this excerpt from the World Pacific Album of Jazz on Richard Rodgers' The King and I by a young group from Indianapolis, Indiana. They are the Master Sounds, and they play Getting to Know You.
There were a lot of jazz fans that really didn't know that he played the piano. Usually if he was doing a job, he would not switch from one instrument to another. He felt that that was a little disrespectful of whoever was playing the piano. The vibraphone was a Deegan. It's a highly respected company, and all they made were mallet instruments. This vibraphone that he got in 1950 from them was the top of the line. It was the gold standard for vibraphones. The first time I saw the vibraphone was when he was going to a gig in San Jose. It was a very nice supper club with live music, and we drove up in his Chevy Malibu. It was dark. And he opened the trunk and started taking pieces out of the trunk and had me hold a flashlight. And then he pulled out a hammer and a pair of pliers, and he hammered this thing together in the parking lot in the dark while I held the flashlight. Bam, bam, bam. Of course, by the time he got it done, it looked great. We rolled it in, and as we were on our way in, this customer was on his way out, and he leaned over and kind of tweaked the bars. But he said, "Oh, don't touch the instrument, sir," like it was very fragile. Buddy's real strength was in the beautiful ballads that he played. He used to play these incredible flowery introductions, and you wouldn't be too sure what the song was going to be. But within that, he would go from blues to, he would do an Earl Garner style that's kind of hard to describe. But he would go from one style to another within a song, and every refrain would be in a different style, and it would just, move from one to the other. He used to say, "Where's the story? There has to be a story." I'm sure he taught all the musicians that he worked with, if you're going to do a solo, you start here and you go there. You don't just repeat the same thing over and over and over again. He had a career that spanned about 60 years, played both the vibraphone and the piano, and played with just about every major jazz musician there was. I used to think that jazz to a musician is like Shakespeare to an actor. A lot of people say they don't like Shakespeare, but they probably haven't heard it done well.